Bonjour and welcome to the first tutorial of the term. There's three things I want to do with this tutorial. And one is I want to run you through the tutorial itself, demonstrate like the different things that we'll see in Microsoft Word, and then and then show you how to upload the file into Canvas so that it can be submitted. The other thing that I want to show you is the the rubric for grading these things. Since the points numerically don't really have a significant effect on your grade, I am going to use these rubrics and these points as a way of kind of telling you how well you completed the assignment. So if we look at this, we're saying that the assignment is worth 3 points, and then if you submit nothing, you get none of those 3 points. If you submit something but it has some significant errors, then you'll get 1 point. Like if you submit an empty file, you'll get a point for just submitting something. If it has like 1 or more really significant errors, it'll be good for partial credit, and you'll get 2 points, and you'll want to revise it. If it's correct and it has just maybe 1 or 2 like small errors, then you get the full 3 points. So that's kind of how tutorials are going to be revised. Are going to be not revised. They're going to be scored in the background. Again, in the sense that you can use them to kind of calibrate your efforts as you move through and complete these assignments. So we're going to go to the tutorial link right here. This is a big one right here. And in there, you'll see it'll go straight to a particular page in the textbook, which is going to walk you through the process of creating a file, and then editing the file, and then uploading it. And something interesting, I actually, what did I do here? So what we're gonna, looks slightly different than the version I have on my home computer, so this is going to be a little bit, it'll be slightly different. The interface in Microsoft Office has changed a lot over the years. I think the only thing that's different is the color. So if I type in, to open Microsoft Word, you will hit the start button at the bottom corner of your screen, and just on the keyboard type the word Word, and it'll be the first thing that pops up. So we'll click it and open it. This is what it looks like on mine. I think what I did was I set the options to white. Yeah, let's go to colorful. Now it'll look more like what it probably looks like on your computer, if you have the current version of Microsoft Word. I'm going to remove this one from the list because I deleted that file. Okay, so this is what you'll do. When you first open Microsoft Word, you'll be in this screen right here. This is called the Backstage view. And this is where you can create new files, open existing files, or export your document to other formats. Like, say, you can actually use Microsoft Word as a web editor. You can actually make web pages in Word. I don't recommend it, but you can do it. There's a bunch of other file formats that you can export to. But you'll notice all of these export buttons and saving buttons are all grayed out because currently we don't have a file. So we're in our Home tab, and it's going to give you some like templates that you can potentially use if you like. We're just going to create a blank document because all I'm looking for with this tutorial is just learning how to use Canvas, learning how to upload documents, and learning kind of like the basic layout of this word processor. So in like 2007, Microsoft Word, Microsoft, the company that owns Word, did a major interface overhaul, and this thing has been revised a little bit over the years, but for the most part it stayed relatively the same. This interface up on the top, they call it the ribbon, and it's sort of like a strip across the top of the screen that has all of the tools that you want. You can, if you're working, you can double click on a tab and the ribbon will kind of go away, and you can double click on a tab again to make it come back. The Home tab has all of your main tools for basic formatting, changing the color, changing the font, size, adding styles, that sort of thing. Copying and pasting. The Insert tab is for inserting objects in there, like into a document, like pictures, page breaks, tables, that sort of thing. Headers and footers. Drawing is for drawing. Design is for doing things like that kind of change the overall look and feel of a document. We'll talk about document formatting and themes as we go through the semester. The Layout tab allows you to do things like adding columns, references, add citations. We're going to totally ignore mailings. Review is for adding comments and things. The View tab, there's one thing I want to draw your attention to in the View tab here, which is right here in the Show. I want you to add the ruler. Make sure that the ruler is active. It adds this so you can see like how a piece of paper would be laid out, how things would be tabbed in, that sort of thing. This is really handy for ensuring that you can see where documents are laid out, and later on we'll actually need this active in order to correctly format things like MLA documents. So we'll go back to the Home tab, and this is asking us a couple of questions we want to answer. This is sort of like the introduce yourself discussion board. Honestly, I don't actually care that much what you type in here. Just so it matters, just put some words in a document, and then we're going to upload it. So, my name is Eric, period. I am the instructor of information technology. It's it's predicting what I'm typing. Ah, but you didn't predict that, did you? One thing I would like to know about computers is, will artificial intelligence... Hang on. Apparently I spelled that wrong. Replace computer programmers. I don't think it will, at least not anytime soon. And besides, somebody still has to review any code that an AI writes. So now I've filled in all the information I need or want. You can write whatever you want in here. You can write a short story if you want. It won't make any difference. Just so long as you put a few words in a file to get the feel for like what we're doing here. I know this seems really simple, especially if you're already kind of experienced with this stuff, but just go ahead and kind of go through the motions with me. Go back to the File tab, which brings you to this Backstage view, and we're going to save our document. So we're going to hit Save As. I am going to go to Browse, which is going to bring up a File Explorer, and it's going to go straight to this Documents folder here. So I'm going to scroll down. If you don't have an ITECH 100 folder, you can create one with this New Folder button. But I'm just going to go into one that I've already created called ITECH 100. I'm going to change the file name to Introduction. And then you'll notice it says Save As Type. Microsoft Word can save files as a whole bunch of different types. For the most part, you are always going to save it as a Word document. It just makes the most sense. We'll hit Save. And then the document it'll say save to this PC. So it's done. It's stored safely on the computer, and you won't lose it now. The next thing that I want to do is upload this file to Canvas. So I'm going to bring my web browser back in. And then so the tutorial tab, I've done everything that the tutorial is asking me to do. Now I need to actually upload it. So I go back to the Upload tab. And this is how we will submit work in Canvas. You'll say Start Assignment. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can use the file chooser. This choose file will bring up a file picker. So we can hit Choose File and then navigate to the file that way. Or I can go down here. Usually on your taskbar, the bar at the bottom of the screen, there will be a folder icon. That will bring up a File Explorer. And one cool thing about the File Explorer is if you've just created this file and you scroll down and you're in this quick access section, which is usually the first thing that comes up, you'll scroll down and you'll notice it is the first thing. The most recent file that you worked with will be at the top of this recent files list. So you can go ahead and grab that, click, drag it, holding the mouse key down, drag it on top of this button, and then let go. And then you'll see that it has appeared here as a file name. Then the last thing you have to do is submit it. And that's it. File submitted. You'll see a confirmation up in the top right. If you decide you need to revise it, you can always go back, make some edits. One more, well, and another thing. ... Save. By the way, the keyboard shortcut for saving is Control S. If you memorize one keyboard shortcut all semester, it should be this one. Hold down the Control key and hit S to save. Do it a lot. Save early, save often, and you'll save yourself a lot of headaches. So we'll save, and then you can go New Attempt, and we'll go the other way this time. We'll go Choose File. We'll go to my Documents folder, which is, or I bet I can go to Quick Access, and then find that file right at the top. Hit Open. There it is, and Submit. So now I have 2 attempts up. No problem. And that's it. That's the tutorial. If you have any questions or comments about this tutorial, or you need help, or something's not working right, and it is entirely possible you could run into problems with this, talk to me, ask a classmate, or comment on it in the discussion boards, and then just let me know. Until next time, thank you very much, and Giga Wabamin.